through implementation, and also as you're evaluating the success of your programs. And a lot of organizations find that the best way to do this is to kind of establish a cross-system work group that kind of has standing or regular meetings to kind of streamline communication and cooperation. So at every point in the process, there's an opportunity for all of the partners to their input. And again, always emphasize your shared goals of safety and dignity. Emphasizing shared goals really helps to get buy-in from all the stakeholders so that your coalition can stay together in the face of any kinds of disagreements or seemingly different priorities.
Again, I am not here as a provider, but a community leader. My personal experience, I have been incarcerated before, but I didn't, I was in charge for any crime. It was immigration related. ICE arrested and detained me, and when they released me, just because they had booked and processed me, it is in the system. Anytime I need housing or any type of thing, background check is done, it appears. And I have to continue to write to explain myself. I have been denied different services and benefits before, including housing. So my question to you is, how would you mitigate such a situation? I have explained myself so much that I'm really tired of explaining myself. Every single time I've been denied jobs, I've been denied housing, I've been denied all kinds of things. So I want to ask that question, how would you mitigate such a thing? Secondly, to just also appeal to everybody that is in the room here who is involved in such situations, to pay attention to immigrants and things like that, because we may not have committed any crimes. I have not been charged of any single crime, but just because I was booked in a county jail in Alabama in 2008, it shows up on my record every single time. So as you folks make these decisions, I want to appeal to everybody to know that as you attend this conference and you have heard about the different cultural differences that exist, and people's situations are different. Just because you've seen a record on somebody's profile doesn't mean that they have in fact committed a crime or criminal activity or some sort. So I want to appeal to everybody to look at things from the lens of the other person and probably ask, and if explanations are provided, most often I would put it in writing. Even if I apply for something and they said, have you ever been arrested or incarcerated? I will say yes, and I will explain the circumstance, but I am still denied services. So as you provide services, please pay attention to things like that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, I mean, I know that this talk is not specifically about immigration, but coming to this country is not a crime. Coming to this country should not be a crime. And anytime people have contact with law enforcement or the criminal legal system in basically any capacity in any community here, it increases the chance that you'll have another contact with them. It is very, very hard to disentangle yourself from that system of surveillance and punishment once it comes for you. And frankly, it will come for most of us at some point in our lives, particularly those of us who are not white. And so I think one of the things that's really important is, we're talking about building cross-system relationships, about finding ways to work with law enforcement, with courts and prosecutors. One of the things that we really should be trying to do is not just establish one program like this that works with them, but really then use our influence to talk to them about, say, criminal history information and about things that that you can't learn from criminal history information about areas like, say, in employment or in housing, where they should no longer be asking people about that kind of information. I think once you establish these relationships, it can open up really valuable opportunities to really shift attitudes in probation departments, parole departments, DA's offices, and that certainly, I understand, is not helpful for any individual right now. But I think for those of us doing this work and interested in helping the most vulnerable, this is a way that we can help once we've built relationships with people, individuals in positions of power in the criminal legal system.